Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Children, now let us discuss about digestion and absorption. Children, let us discuss in detail about what is digestion and absorption from chapter 16. Children, the reductionist approach to study of life forms resulted in increasing use of psychochemical concepts and techniques. Majority of these studies employed their surviving tissue model of straightaway cell-free system. An explosion of knowledge resulted in molecular biology. Molecular psychology became almost synonymous with biochemistry and biophysics. However, it is now being increasingly realized that neither a purely organismic approach nor a purely reductionistic molecular approach would reveal the truth about biological process or living phenomena. Systems biology makes us believe that all living phenomena are emergent properties due to interaction among components of the system under study. Regularity network of molecules, supramolecular assembles, cells, tissues, organisms, and indeed populations and communities each create emergent properties. Children, in this chapter, under this unit, we discuss major human psychological process like digestion, exchange of gases, blood circulation, locomotion, and movement are described in cellular and molecular terms. The last two chapters point to the coordination and regulation of body events at the organismic level. Let us see who is the scientist that discovered and studied more about human digestive system. His name is Alfonso Corti. He is an Italian anatomist and he was born in 1822. Corti began his scientific career studying in a cardiovascular system of reptiles. Later he turned his attention to the mammal auditory system. In 1851, he published a paper describing a structure located on the basilar membrane of cochlea containing hair cells that converted sound vibrations into nerve impulses. The organ of Corti. He died in the year of 1888. Children, as we know, food is one of the basic requirements of all living organisms. The major components of our food are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Vitamins and minerals are also required in small quantities. Food provides energy and organic materials for growth and repair of our body tissues. The water we take in plays an important role in metabolic process and also prevents dehydration of the body. Children, biomacromolecules in food cannot be utilized by our body in their original form. They have to be broken down and converted into simple substance in the digestive system. This process of conversion of simple food substance into simple absorbable forms is called digestion, and it is carried out by our digestive system biochemical methods. Let us see what is digestion. Children, digestion is the process through which complex food is converted into a simple form to facilitate absorption of nutrients and release of energy in the body. Food provides energy and organic materials for growth and repair our body tissues. Biomacromolecules, as we discussed in the food, cannot be utilized by our body in their original form. They have to be broken down and converted into simple substance in the digestive system. This conversion of the complex food substance into simple forms we called as digestion. Now let us see the digestion is categorized into two types. One is intracellular digestion and second one is extracellular digestion. Let us discuss what is intracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion is a form of digestion which takes place within the cytoplasm of organisms. Children, intracellular digestion takes place in animals without digestive tract in which food items are brought into cells for digestion. When the process of digestion occurs within the cell in the food vacuole, it is called intracellular digestion. Examples of intracellular digestive systems like organisms, protozoa, porifera, coelenterata, and free-living platyhelminthes. Children, now let us see what is extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion is a process in which animals feed by secreting enzymes through the cell membrane into the food. The enzymes break down the food molecules into small enough to be taken pass through the cell membrane into the cell. When the process of digestion occurs outside the cell, it is called extracellular digestion. Examples: coelenterate and phylum Platyhelminthes to phylum Chordata. Children, now let us discuss in detail about human digestive system. Human digestive system mainly it involves in the 5 steps which are called as ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Let us discuss about ingestion. Ingestion is the first step. The food enters into alimentary canal through the mouth and swallowed of food. Digestion, the process of conversion of complex food substance to simple absorbable form. Absorption, the digested food is absorbed into body fluids from alimentary canal. Now let us see what is assimilation. The process by which chemicals from food are taken into the cell of body after digestion and absorption. The food is absorbed and it is transported by blood vessels to various parts. Let us see the last step of human digestive system. It is called as egestion. The process of removing the undigested food material from the body through the anus is called egestion. Children, now let us discuss about human digestive system parts and its function. The human digestive system mainly involves the following parts like mouth, oral cavity, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, slift called median slift, which. Now let us discuss about mouth. Mouth is the only part of opening of human digestive system or tract. It is a transverse slit. It is bounded by 2 soft movable lips. The lips are covered with skin and mucous membrane on inner sides. In mammals, the upper lip has well-defined lift called median lift, which provides exposure to the teeth. In humans, the median lift not seen but only a depression can be seen, which is called philtrum. Children, now let us discuss about oral cavity, which we can call as buccal cavity also. Oral cavity is a space bounded above the plate, below by the throat, on the side by the jaws. The buccal cavity is lined by stratified squamous epithelium. There are 4 plates present in the oral cavity. Let us discuss about this. The anterior part of plate is arched and strong. It is called hard plate. This part is well supported by maxilla bone. It bears transfer ridges called palatine rugae. The rugae helps in keeping the food in place during mastication. The soft plate containing hanging small conical flap called uvula. The uvula is movable and capable of coming in contact with the posterior pharyngeal walls so as to cut off the upper nasal part of the pharynx, which is also called nasopharynx, from the lower oral part of the pharynx and termed as oropharynx during swallowing. The posterior part of the plate is smooth and fleshy. It is termed as soft plate. Its smooth surface makes swallowing easily. Now let us discuss about tongue and its function. The tongue is a voluntary, musculo-sincere and glandular structure which occupies the floor of the mouth. It is attached to the floor of the mouth by a fold called frenulum. An inverted V-shaped furrows termed as sulcus terminals divided into upper surface of the tongue into the anterior oral part and posterior pharyngeal part. The upper surface of tongue has 4 types of papillae: the small projections which bear taste buds like valleate surrounded by wall, fungiforms like mushroom shaped, foliate leaf shaped, filiforms filament shaped structures are present on the papillae. Let us discuss the function of the tongue. Tongue helps in chewing the food. It plays a role in speech. It aids in swallowing. the food and mixing the food and saliva. It acts as a brush to clear the teeth by cleaning small food particles, and it is an organ of taste and can recognize our four tastes, that is salty, sweet, bitter and sour. Children, now let us discuss about teeth and its function. Teeth are hard structures which are meant for folding and crushing the food. Most of the mammals have Diphyodont, means two set of teeth milk, or deciduous and permanent set. Theodont means the teeth are embedded in the socket of jaw bones. And another type of teeth are Heterodont. The teeth means they have different types of teeth. Now let us discuss the types of teeth in humans. Children, there are four kinds of teeth which are called as incisors, canines, premolars and molars. These are present in human. Let us discuss about incisors. Incisors are chisel shaped and process sharp cutting edges. They are usually specialized for cutting the food. Canines. Canines, they lie immediately behind the incisors. Canines are well developed in carnivorous and may be absent in herbivorous, leaving a gap called diastema, which is used to separate the chewed and unchewed food in the mouth cavity. They have long, sharp, pointed end for purchasing, killing and tearing of flesh food. Now let us discuss about premolars and molars. Premolars and molars, these are called cheek teeth and which are broad, strong, crushing the food. The last molars in humans are being called wisdom teeth. Now let us see the different types of teeth like homodont, heterodont and others. Homodont, when all the teeth are structurally and functionally similar. So these types of teeth are called homodont teeth. Examples like vertebrates excepted metatherian and eutherian mammals, we can see this type of homodont teeth. Now let us see what are heterodont teeth. Heterodont, even these are also four types of teeth like incisors of 4 biting, canines of 4 tearing, premolars of 8 crushing and grinding, and molars are 12 for making smaller pieces. Example, metatherian and eutherian animals, we can see this type of teeth. Now let us discuss about incisors 8 which are present in heterodont type of teeth. These are present at the front and long, curved and possess sharp edges teeth. They are adapted for cutting or cropping and biting. Canines. 4 canines are present. These are one pointed or dagger shaped canine in each maxillary of upper jaw and each dentary of lower jaw next to the incisors. They are meant for reaching, tearing and offense and defense. These are poorly developed in man. Now let us discuss about 8 premolars and their function. They are meant for crushing, grinding and chewing. They are also called cheek teeth. Let us discuss about 12 molars which are present in humans. Cheek teeth, they are specialized for crushing and grinding the food. Children, the enamel which is present on the teeth represents the hardest substance of the body. It is completely a cellular and a vascular and non-regenerable teeth. It helps in mastication of the food. The element that hardens the smooth enamel is fluorine. Now let us discuss the structure of teeth. Children, teeth are already we discussed embedded in the jaws. Man has fixed upper jaw and movable lower jaws. Each tooth consists of 3 parts like crown, root, neck. Let us see what is crown. Crown, it is the exposed portion of the tooth above the gums. The gingiva is a specialized region of the oral mucus surrounded the neck of the teeth. Crown is covered with the hardest substance called enamel that protects the crown. Beneath the enamel is dentine, which is made up of a hard substance but are not tough as enamel and they can decay. Dentine forms the bulk of tooth. There is a pulp cavity inside the dentin. It is a jelly-like substance and carries the nerve fibers, blood vessels and sensory cells. The nerve supply to the upper teeth is by the branches of maxillary nerves and to the lower teeth by the branches of mandibular nerves. These both are branches of fifth cranial nerve called trigeminal nerve. Now let us discuss about neck. Neck is a narrow portion at the gum line. Now let us see what is root. Root is embedded in the jawbone and holds the tooth securely in place. The root is fixed in alveolus of the jawbone by periodontal membrane and cementum. Cement holds a tooth in its socket and periodontal membrane covers the cement. Children, now let us discuss the number of teeth which is present in humans and other organisms. The milk or deciduous teeth are 20 in number, 10 in upper and 10 in lower jaw. The deciduous teeth begin to erupt when the child is about 6 months old and should all be present by the end of 24 months. The permanent teeth begin to replace the milk teeth in the 6th year of age. These teeth are 32 and usually completed by the 20th year. Now let us see the dental formula in different organisms. The number and kinds of teeth in mammals are present by an equation called dental formula. The arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper and lower jaw in order like incisors, canines, premolars and molars represented as I, C, P, M and M by a dental formula which in humans is 21-22 by 21-22. In humans, adult means the permanent set of teeth formula, dental formula is 21-23 by 21-23. Morphologically, the teeth can be distinguished as homodont and heterodont. Let us see the various kinds of dental formula in different organisms. Like man and monkey, they can have incisors like 2 by 2, canines 1 by 1, premolars 2 by 2 and molars 3 by 3. Total the dental formula is 21-22 by 21-22. Means into 2 means 2 sets, upper and lower jaw. Total together we have 32. If we take in a rabbit, it is having incisors 2 by 1, canines 0 by 0, premolars 3 by 2 and molars 3 by 3. So the dental formula of rabbit is 20-33 by 10-23. So the total number of teeth in both the jaws are 28. Now let us discuss about the dental formula of cow and a goat. Cow and a goat both are having incisors like 0 by 3, canines 0 by 1, premolars 3 by 3, molars 3 by 3. So the dental formula of cow and goat are 0033 by 3133 into 2 means 2 sets. So the total number of teeth are 32. Now let us see the dental formula in dogs. Dogs are having incisors in the both sets 3 by 3, canines 1 by 1, premolars 4 by 4 and molars 3 by 2. So the dental formula is 3142 by 3143 into 2 means 2 sets, which the total number represents 42 set of teeth. Now let us see the dental formula of rat and mouse. So they have incisors like 1 by 1, canines 0 by 0, premolars 0 by 0 and molars 3 by 3, which the dental formula represents like 1003 by 1003 into 2 means which are represents the 2 sets, that our total number is 16. Now let us see the dental formula in elephants. Elephants have incisors like 1 by 0, canines 0 by 0, premolars 3 by 3 and molars 3 by 3. So the dental formula of elephant is 1033 by 0033 into 2 means which represents 2 sets, the total number of 26. Now let us discuss the dental formula in kangaroo. Kangaroos are having incisors like 3 by 2, canines like 1 by 0, premolars by 2 by 2, molars 4 by 4. It represents 3124 and 2024. into divided into 2 means 2 sets, which represents the total number 34. Now let us discuss about the dental formula in sheep. Incisors are present 0 by 3, canines 0 by 1, premolars 3 by 3 and molars 3 by 3, which represents as 0033 by 3133 into 2 means 2 sets. The total number of teeth are 32. Children, now let us discuss the categories of teeth. First one is Heterodot. Heterodont is a part of bone not embedded in sockets. We can see examples like reptiles excepted crocodiles. Next one is Thecodont. This type of teeth embedded in deep sockets of some jaw bones. Examples like mammals, crocodiles. Next one is Monophycodont. This type of teeth grow only once in life. Examples platypus and toothed whale. Now the next one is Diphyodont. All the teeth excepted molars grow twice in life. Examples mammals. Next one is Plophyodont. These are fallen or worn out teeth, can be replaced many times throughout the life. Examples frog. And another category is Isodont. All the teeth are similar in this type of category. We can see examples in tooth whale. The next category is Heterodont. More than one type of teeth is present in mammals and crocodiles. Pharynx. The mouth leads to funnel-shaped pharynx. The pharynx is about 12 cm long vertical canal beyond the soft plate. The food and air passes cross here. The pharynx may be divided into 3 parts. The muscular passage, which is funnel-shaped and helps in both the process of respiration and digestion. The buccal cavity is extended into a pharynx while the nasal cavity from above opens into it. Then it will open into the esophagus and trachea posteriorly. The glottis is the opening of the pharynx into the trachea and is always open during the process of respiration. The glottis is covered by the flap-like structures called epiglottis, which helps in preventing the food particles to move into the windpipe while swallowing instead of the food pipe, and it closes by uvula into the nasal cavity. Now let us discuss about the function of pharynx. Children, the function of pharynx as a part of digestive tract is merely to serve as passive way for the food from oral cavity to esophagus. The lymphatic tissue of pharynx and oral cavity are arranged in a ring which are collectively called Wadler's ring. All these lymphoid tissues are active in the production of immunoglobulin. Now let us discuss about esophagus. Esophagus is 25 cm long and narrow muscular straight tube lined by satisfied squamous epithelium containing mucus glands. The opening of esophagus is called gullet. It runs downwards through the neck behind the trachea and through behind the heart and passes through diaphragm into abdomen. Here it sharply bends to open into the stomach. This bend is one of the devices to check the black flow of the stomach content into the esophagus. The longitudinal floors keep its cavity almost closed except during swallowing of food. The esophagus serves to convey the food by peristaltic movements, means a series of wave-like contraction that passes through the ends, and it is meant for pushing the food. Children, now let us discuss about the function and structure of the stomach. Stomach is the widest organ, about 30 centimeters long and 15 centimeters wide of a alimentary canal. It is a hollow J-shaped organ lying between the esophagus and the small intestine. The exact position of the stomach is in the upper 5/6 part of the right 1/6 part of the abdominal cavity. The leisure curvature is short and lies on the posterior surface of the stomach. The greater curvature is on anterior surface of the stomach. The fold of peritoneum which attaches the stomach to the posterior abdominal walls extend beyond the greater curvature. This is called the greater omentum, which stores fat. The inner surface of the stomach has numerous folds, the gastric ridge. These folds, by unfolding, let the stomach expanded accommodate a large meal. Unlike the other parts of the digestive tract, the stomach wall contains three smooth muscular layers: outer layer of longitudinal, middle of circular, and inner of oblique fibers to churn the food and into mix it with the gastric secretion. Now let us discuss about four parts of the stomach. First is cardiac part, second one is fundus, body and pyloric part. Let us discuss about cardiac part. It is called cardiac part because it is present near the heart. The cardiac sphincter lies in the opening between esophagus and stomach. The second part of the stomach, which is called as fundus. Fundus extends superiorly from the cardiac part. The fundus is commonly filled with gas or air. The third part of the stomach, which is called as body, and it is the main part of stomach. Next one is the pyloric part. Pyloric part is the digestal part of the stomach. The pyloric region is divided into pyloric antrium and pyloric canal. The pyloric sphincter guards the opening between the stomach and duodenum. Cordially permits partially digested food to leave the stomach and into duodenum. Now let us discuss the function of the stomach. First one, it undergoes for the storage. Storage allows a meal to be consumed and the material released in symmetrically into the duodenum from digestion. It undergoes for the chemical digestion. Chemical digestion is nothing but pepsin begins the process of protein digestion, leaving a large polypeptides into shorter chains. After chemical digestion, the next function we'll discuss about mechanical digestion. The churning action of muscular causes liquefaction and mixing of the contents to produce acid chyme, a thick semi-fluid mass of partially digested food and digestive secretions that is formed in the stomach. After that, it undergoes for some absorption like water, electrolyte, monosaccharides and fat soluble molecules including alcohol are all absorbed in the stomach to some degrees. Now let us discuss about the small intestine. From stomach the food enters into the small intestine, and the small intestine is a narrow tube about 6 meters long in a living adult. It is longest part of the alimentary canal and it consists of three parts which are called as duodenum, gingum and ileum. Duodenum. Duodenum is C-shaped structure and about 25 centimeters long. It receives the hepatopancreatic duct formed by union of bile duct from liver and from pancreatic duct from pancreases, and whose opening is guarded by sphincter of Oddi. Small nodules of lymphoid tissues are seen along the length of small intestine. These nodules are called Peyer's patches. Now let us discuss about the second part of small intestine, which is called as gingum. Gingum, it is rightly coiled, moderately wide, about 3.5 to 4 centimeters, and the middle part of the small intestine. Its wall is thicker and more vascular than that of ileum. Gingum is rich in digestive glands, like it is surrounded with villi around it. Its length is about 0.8 to 1.5 meters. Ileum. The ileum forms the lower part of the small intestine. It is about 3.5 meters long and opens into large intestine. It is characterized by a club-shaped villi and Peyer's patches. Villi increases internal surface of ileum about 10 times. Peyer patches contain higher concentrations of white blood cells that helps the protect body from infections and diseases. Now let us discuss the functions of small intestine. The small intestine completes the digestion of proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids and fats. It absorbs nutrient materials into the blood and lymph and also lubrication of it secretes certain hormones such as cholecystokinin, secretin, enterogastrotin, dioscirinin, enteroserinin and villikinin. Sugars and vitamin C as well as thiamine, riboflavin, pyridoxine and folic acid are absorbed in the upper third of the small intestine. Protein is absorbed approximately midway through the ileum. Water and lipids are absorbed by passive diffusion through the small intestine. Sodium bicarbonate is absorbed by active transport and glucose and amino acids co-transport. Vitamin A, D, E and K fats or cholesterol are absorbed in the lower third part of the ileum. Vitamin B12 is absorbed just before the small intestine, which joins the large intestine. Bile salts are reabsorbed in the distal ileum and ascending colon. Now let us discuss in detail of the absorption. Most nutrient absorption occurs in the small intestine, including minerals, vitamins, proteins and fats. Iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc are absorbed almost immediately after leaving the stomach, that is in the 8th feet of the duodenum and jejunum. Let us discuss about the large intestine. Children, large intestine represent diameter varies from one region to another region, but it is always larger than that of the small intestine. It is about 1.5 meters long and it is divisible into three parts again: cecum, colon and rectum. Cecum and vermiform appendix. The cecum is pouch-like structure which is about 6 centimeters. The cecum is called ileocecal junction, guarded by ileocecal valve which prevents the backflow. The vermiform appendix is an outer growth of cecum. It is slightly about 8 centimeters long. It walls contain permanent lymphoid tissue. Appendix is through to be vestigial. The inflammation of vermiform appendix due to decay of food or worm infection is called appendicitis, and rupture of appendix leads to swelling of fecal matter onto the peritoneum, leading to infection and inflammation known as peritonitis. The cecum is well developed in herbivorous mammals like horse, rabbit, etc. Now let us discuss about colon. Colon. The cecum leads into the colon, which divided into four regions, again ascending, transverse, descending and sigmoid colon. The sigmoid colon is S-shaped and enters the pelvis and joins the rectum. Ascending colon is shorter part of the colon. The right of the colic flexure marks the boundary between the ascending and transverse colon. The left flexure marks the boundary between the transverse and descending colon. Now let us discuss about rectum. The sigmoid colon opens into the rectum. The rectum compresses the last 20 centimeters of digestive tract and terminates 2 centimeters long anal canal. The mucosa of anal canal is folded into several vertical folds called anal column, supplied with arteries and veins. The opening of anal canal is called anus. The anus has internal anal sphincter composed of smooth muscular fibers and external anal sphincter compressed of stripped muscular fibers. Children, now let us discuss about the function of large intestine. The large intestine does not secrete any enzyme. It plays a major role in the absorption of nutrients. It stores unabsorbed food remnants temporarily, concentrates the contents by absorbing water to form feces, and the movement of the colon helps to avoid feces through anus. It also plays a role in digestion and excretion. The colon bacteria E. coli produces vitamin B and K, which are absorbed. The chief function of large intestine is the absorption of water and elimination of solid waste. Thank you.